Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Christine. So today we have a 2021 favorites roundup video. This is my favorite makeup products of the year, and I actually am wearing a full face of all the products that I'm going to talk about today. I tried to narrow it down to one product for every single category. A few of them I have like a drugstore dupe for you, or just I couldn't pick. So I wanted to narrow it down though as much as possible, and these are some of my holy grail favorite products of all time, and I'm really excited to dive into this video. You guys really requested it, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm gonna start in the order that I typically would apply these products, and I feel like for me personally, I love doing my brows first. This year was a big year for kind of the soap wax brow effect, and I did them today. I feel like I've gotten better and better at them. First thing that I want to talk about for brows is the Patrick Ta brow wax. I feel like this would not be a favorites video if I did not talk about this product, because it is one of my most used products of all time. I have the tinted one and the clear one, and I love them both so much. I have them in my brows today, and I feel like this is really the product that got me to fall in love with brow waxes and getting the effect of a really like feathery, bushy brow. And I just feel like these are the best of the best. I do have a roundup video of some of my favorite brow waxes and brow soaps, so definitely check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. So between the two, I actually initially picked up the clear one, and I just feel like it's so easy to use. It makes my brows have that really laminated effect, but it also lasts all day. It stays a long time. I've tried other waxes where my brow hairs just don't really stay up, and this one gives me that effect. Gorgeous packaging. I use setting spray to kind of activate it and then really push it into my brows. Near the end of the year, I started experimenting more with the tinted version of the brow wax, and I think I slowly have fallen more in love with this one just because it helps to kind of fill in my brows a little bit. It just gives me a little bit less to do as far as filling in, but both of these, amazing. Honorable mention for brow waxes, the Got To Be Spiking Glue. This is actually a hair gel. I feel like everyone now knows about this, and they actually came out with a brow gel specifically for your brows, and I believe it's only available internationally, so we will patiently wait for that to come out. But in the meantime, I love this for my brows. It's only like a couple of dollars for this, so another great dupe. Next product, I only have one brow pencil that I loved, and this is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I have it in the shade 6, but this is just one of the best brow pencils of all time. I will continue to repurchase it because it does such a good job of filling in my brows. Packaging is really gorgeous. It has a spoolie on the end. Can't say enough good things about this. Next product that I want to talk about, going back a few steps. I don't really use primers, but when I do, it is most likely this one. This is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This is actually a brand new one because the other one I had, I loved it to death. It's old and I probably needed to replace it anyway. So this is just one of the few primers that I feel like actually does anything. It really fills in my pores and gives me like a really porcelain, silky skin look, and it just makes my pores look so small. My skin looks so smooth. It holds my oil at bay. It makes my makeup apply very smoothly. It just is everything that you want a primer to do. I feel like it's so worth the money. Eyelash curler, Shiseido. This is one of my favorites of all time. Every time I try different ones, I always find myself going back to this one. Mascara, you should already know. My favorite mascara of all time is the Heroin Make Volume and Curl Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras ever. It's ultra waterproof, and it's one of the only mascaras that will hold my Asian lashes up all day. I will never purchase another waterproof mascara. This is like the holy grail one for me. I normally apply 2 coats of mascara. I always have this one as like the base, and then I'll go in with a second layer of like a regular mascara to really build that length and volume. And my favorite mascara is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara. So this mascara actually really surprised me because I don't normally like rubber bristles, but this is a tubing mascara, so it has tiny little like fibers in it that really hold onto your lashes and make them look so long. And paired with the Heroin Make mascara, I feel like this is the ultimate mascara duo. It makes my lashes look so long, So thick and voluminous. I feel like I'm a huge mascara hoarder as well. I've tried so many different brands and this one, a favorite. Okay, for eyeliner, I have two favorites. So my favorite liquid eyeliner of all time, this is a holy grail, is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This is just such a good staple. Every time I try different ones, I always come back to it just because I feel like this one is a tried and true. It has a really good point to it. It's very pigmented, very black, and it has a really nice finish. It's an eyeliner that I have today, and I just feel like it has such a good, it's just like the perfect applicator that I feel like every single time I get that perfect little flick, I get a sharp little line. It lasts all day, it's waterproof, it doesn't smudge. So literally repurchase it over and over and over again. You guys know I love my winged eyeliner, and this one, forever a goodie. Pencil eyeliner, this is something that I switched to. I used to use the Marc Jacobs black eyeliner, but I switched to the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil eyeliner, and I love pencil eyeliners for kind of like smudging along my lash line. So I did that today, and it really helps to kind of conceal the lash band, and it just makes your lashes look so much thicker and fuller, and I love the effect. So I feel like a pencil eyeliner is such a must, and this one stays all day, especially on my waterline. You want to make sure you find one that doesn't smudge, lasts all day. This one does it for me, and it's so smooth. It glides on like silk, and it is such a favorite. Next up, we have some face products. I love concealers. My number one favorite of the year that I use the most, that I reach for whenever I have an event or I need to take photos and I just need something that's gonna give me that coverage, cover any of my blemishes, and just do everything that I need a concealer to do. I reach for this Hourglass one, and this is in the color Apricot. It's like the perfect shade for me. It is, the applicator is perfect. It's kind of like a bigger, flatter doe foot applicator, but it gets a good amount of product on whatever areas that I need it to. It has really great coverage. It blends out easily. It doesn't look cakey. Near the end of the year, I discovered this Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. This one is in the shade 31, and I just fell in love with it. Another one that I have is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is just kind of like a drugstore honorable mention. Every time I use this concealer, I always get asked about it because we love a good like drugstore find. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass one, but I almost feel like it's a little bit creamier and like almost a thicker consistency, and not a bad way, but it gives me a good amount of coverage. Applicator is really great. They have so many different shades and all great concealers. Next, foundation. I only have one foundation to talk about because I feel like this is the only one that I really reach for continuously this year, and it is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. My perfect year-round shade is 5.75, and this is actually the foundation that I'm using today. It kind of has like a medium finish, but it just makes your skin look so healthy and dewy, and it looks so natural on. I will never use a foundation that looks thick and cakey on my skin. That's just like not really my vibe, but I feel like this always makes my skin look amazing. It photographs beautifully. I just can't say enough about this. And even on my oily skin, it lasts a good amount of time on the skin as well. Obviously throughout the day I do get pretty oily and I need to pat it, but because of that, it still looks really natural and glowy on. So for that reason, this will forever be a holy grail. Will probably be the foundation that I wear on my wedding day. Another honorable mention is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I feel like I talked about the CC Cream so much. I genuinely love the CC Cream. It is like a foundation BB cream mix, so it kind of gives me medium coverage, but it feels really lightweight and it has a lot of skincare benefits to it. So if you have similar skin type to me, or even normal or dry, I feel like you will really enjoy this because it's so easy to work with. For every day, this is a great foundation and it has so many skincare benefits. Next, cream blush. It was so hard for me to narrow it down, but I feel like without question, I had one that I reached for over and over and over again, and it is the Patrick Ta Cream Powder Blush Duo in the color She's So LA, and it kind of looks like a mauve-y with olive undertones, and I feel like on my skin type, it is just the perfect kind of darker blush that almost looks like a sun tan, and it just has a great formula, easy to blend out, and I feel like it's very beginner friendly because it's not super pigmented. So you can easily build it up. If you want to, you can wear it sheer, and it has a powder blush that's like a similar tone but different enough. So if you add it on top, it helps your blush last all day, but it also helps to add a little bit of a different kind of like tone to the blush look as well. It's just one of my favorite blushes of all time. Another cream blush, I had to talk about this. This is the Tyra 28 Beach Please cream blush in the shade Power Hour. And it's kind of intimidating, but the more that you blend it out, it looks very similar to the Patrick Ta, except I want to say this one is a little bit more of a like rosier tone. So if you prefer cream blushes that are a little bit more that color, I think you will love this. I have a couple of cream bronzers. I have two mentions here. My number one favorite that I used in the start of last year is this Glossier Solar Paint, and this is in the shade Rays. You can see this is well loved. It just is such a beautiful cream bronzer. It has like a really pretty terracotta tone, but what I love about this is it's very easy to blend out. A cream bronzer that I started using near the latter half of last year is this Nude Sticks Nudies Matte bronzer in the shade Terracotta Tan. This one's a little bit more of a like heavy duty cream bronzer, if you will, because it's just a little bit more pigmented, but I like this because it is in stick form, so I just apply it direct on my face. For both of these, I feel like the Glossier is a little bit more of a thinner consistency. It's a little bit more beginner friendly, but this one, if you want pigment, longevity, photogenic, I really like this. Next, we have setting powders. My favorite one that is really good for brightening is this Maybelline Lasting Fix Banana Translucent Setting Powder. It just sets my under eyes. It prevents any creasing. It lasts all day. And if you have really oily skin as well, I'll really pack this in any of the areas that I get really oily, and just does a great job for me. Super affordable. Similar to the Maybelline Fit Me, I feel like this one doesn't have as much of a brightening effect, but it's very fine milled, photographs really well, does everything that I need it to. This year, I started setting my makeup with a sponge, and I actually used this to pack my translucent powder in my under eye, and I feel like using a puff has made such a difference. It just looks so much more poreless and smooth, and this one from Makeup Forever is one of my favorites. I just feel like they randomly make a really good sponge. Almost done, almost done. We have a all over face powder. This is a Charlotte Tilbury one. It lasts me a really long time. Sometimes when I'm lazy to go in with a translucent setting powder, I'll just take my sponge and use this to set my under eye, but it's so finely milled, and I never believed in spending so much money on a face powder until I tried this one. It makes such a difference. There's not really any other face powders that compare to this, and it really keeps my oil at bay. It looks beautiful in pictures. I feel like I just reach for it so much. Honorable mention is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear press powder, and it's very similar to my Charlotte Tilbury, but I almost feel like this one doesn't have as much of a like face tune effect. Like I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury really does a good job of like smoothing out my pores and making my skin look incredible, whereas this one kind of gives you the coverage. So if you have like problematic skin or you want an extra layer of coverage while setting your makeup, this is a great one. Bronzers, this one I've used to death and I've still not hit pan on it. Somehow it looks like I've barely touched it, but this is the NARS Laguna Matte bronzer. It's my favorite. Packaging is like nice and sleek, so it's easy to travel with. It's very pigmented, so a little goes a long way, so I feel like this is just gonna last me a long time. Blushes, I don't even know if this is available. I need to check, but this is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo, and my friend Rainier actually introduced me to these. They're very pigmented, they last all day, but my favorite thing about it is that there's a matte and a shimmer in it, so you kind of get like two blushes in one. If you wanted a shimmery blush, you can kind of mix. If you just want a matte one, you can just use this one, but this one is in the shade Warm Honey, and it's just such a beautiful tan peachy tone. Obviously you can see there's a color story that I really like. Next, we have lippies. I only wanted to include one lip liner, Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Hot Gossip. It's just my holy grail lip liner. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's what I wear on my lips pretty much every single day. It's just the perfect nude for me because it's kind of like a brownie nude color. I hate when lip colors are like too pinky. It's super pigmented and I use it to actually overline my lips, and it gives me the look of really plump, lush looking lips. Lipsticks, I just use Lip Plumper. I will just pair my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner with one of these Too Faced lip injections, and this one is the extreme version. This is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today. It gives me really voluptuous, juicy looking lips, which I love, and I just feel like this combo is easy because it kind of like hydrates my lips. And then I also have the limited edition Bare one that they came out with, but pretty much does the same thing. Any of the lip injections, I love these. I always keep one in my bag because it's so easy and it helps to just add a little bit more volume to the lips. Everyone needs that, you know? Last product that I want to talk about. This is a new discovery for me this year. This is the Benefit Professional Super Setter Setting Spray. It's such a good setting spray. It has like a really fine mist. Do you see that? And so I love spraying this at the end of my makeup. I use this to activate my Patrick Ta brow wax. It makes my skin look a little bit dewier, kind of like glazed donut vibes. And especially if I have a lot of powders going on, it just helps to kind of melt everything in and make it look more natural. Honorable mention, I feel like everyone knows about this, Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. They both do pretty much the same thing. This one doesn't have like as satisfying of a mister as the Benefit one. I don't know, but they're both very good. These are all of my makeup favorites. These are like some of my most used products and all the products I'm wearing on my skin today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll go ahead and link all the products as well as shades and all of that good stuff down below like I always do. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great holiday and Happy New Year. I know this video is a little bit late, but you guys wanted to see it. So hopefully you enjoyed it. But anyways, I will see you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching.